Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to create this gorgeous neon pop makeup look. And I want to thank my model Rachel for allowing me to paint her gorgeous face. As usual, I have already prepared Rachel's face and I will link all the products in the description below. The idea for this look was to create soft graphic liner with a pop of the neon color in the inner part of the eye. So I start sketching the eyeliner by using Illamasqua's brown pencil in the shade Revealed. I don't have to be too precise at this point, so I'm lightly sketching underneath the eye area and dragging the liner towards the temples. So I knew I wanted an elongated cat-like half-cut crease type eyeliner shape, but I wasn't exactly sure how long and how deep in color I wanted it to be. This is why I chose this Illamasqua liner, as it is non-waterproof, it's very moldable, blendable, and it's very easy to clean up any mistakes. So once my initial line sketch is completed, I can then perfect all of the line work. For this, I'm asking Rachel to be as straight as possible, and with her eyes closed and opened, I perfect the shape of the liner. Once I'm happy with the direction and a general shape, I then need to set the waxy liner with the eyeshadows. I chose this brown shade from Florace's Phoenix Makeup palette, and I'm duplicating every line that I have already created with a waxy pencil, just to make sure that everything is set in place and that the color is not going to move throughout the day. The brush choice will also be crucial here, as we are working in such a small areas. So here I'm using my Kitco 113, my detailing smudge brush, which is perfect for tiny detail work. You can see how easy it is to blend all of the edges with this mini. And another brush that is my favorite for small detailing work is from Louise Young, her mini collection brush. Once my floating liner is completed, I then need to clean up all of the inner part of the eyelid using the foundation and flat synthetic brush from MAC. This will help me to brighten this area and also clean up any mistakes and perfect all the line work that I already created. This is also a good time to brush through the clear brow gel and let it dry. Now, while the brows are drying, I am popping some individual lashes and giving everything a good coat of the mascara. I wanted the lashes to be really defined for this look, but also not to look too unnatural. And with a magic swoosh of the hand, both eyes are completed and we can move on to the skin. Today I'm using Limbo's Little Black Dress Foundation, which contains SPF 50 and is a wonderful foundation for the summer. This is medium coverage, however, I do find that it's quite buildable and can be taken to a full coverage if needed. Rachel is blessed with super flawless skin. It's a dream to work with, but I do know that Limbo's foundation will also suit someone with a little bit more of imperfections or any blemishes on the skin, as it's highly pigmented and will perfectly overlay those. For the concealer, I chose MAC Studio Fix Conceal and Correct palette, and I'm mixing several shades. My goal here is to lightly highlight under the eye area, also clean up the edges of the line I created, and literally blend everything seamlessly in the foundation. This waxy texture of the concealer blends perfectly into Limbo's foundation. The formulas just go so well together and everything just looks so seamless, which makes me super happy. And I'm pressing Damp Beauty Blender over everything I created to merge all of the layers together. Now we need to bring some definition back onto the face, and for this I'm using one of my favorite contouring sticks, which is from Kiko. This one is the darker shade, I think it's number 201, and is a perfect shade for Rachel's tan skin. And as it is a shading product, we are adding the concentration of it in all of the parts that kind of supposed to fall in the shades, which is all the contours of the face, underneath the jawline, and also underneath the cheekbones. And can swoosh the residue over the sides and the tip of the nose to define this area a tiny bit more. So while working with the creams, I also wanted to add the cream blusher. This one is from the brand Milk, and it was my first time actually using it. I did find that it was a little bit greasy to my liking, but that's no surprise as it is infused with multiple oils and butters. However, I think if my foundation was not as full in coverage, it could have potentially lifted a little bit of the color. But in our case, everything worked out and it actually blended into the foundation nicely without lifting anything off. I love how it gave a little bit more color and a natural radiance to Rachel's skin. And once I'm done with all of my creams, now it's time to powder. I wanted this look to be quite dewy. I didn't want anything super matte, so I chose Hourglass Ambient Highlighting powder, which is setting my foundation but contains a tiny reflecting particles, so it will never look overly powdered or cakey. I adore using this ambient lighting powder from Hourglass as a first step before application of any further powdery products, as it creates a flawless base and anything further just blends into the skin super easy. So here you see me using Charlotte Tilbury's bronzing powder in the shade medium, and I'm duplicating all of the shadows that I have already created. And at this point, I thought to dab a little bit of the highlighter from Anastasia Beverly Hills. As you see, I'm using all the same brush as I don't want anything to be super glowing. I just want that light kind of radiance throughout the face. I also decided that I wanted the blush to be a little bit more popping. So I'm using Armani Neo Nude Color Melting Cream Blush with a stippling brush, as I find it's the best way to disperse this gorgeous powder to cream product onto the face, and you can see how nicely it blends into the rest of the makeup and into the skin without lifting any products and any powders that I've already applied. I wanted the lips to be pretty neutral for this look. Rachel has gorgeous full lip, and I didn't want to emphasize on it, as the main focus of this look is the neon pop on the eyelids, which we are yet to add to this look, but I wanted to move on to the lips first. So I used the MUA Sincere lip liner, and I'm filling the inner part of the lips using Kim Kardashian's discontinued lipstick. I'm sorry guys, I know it's terrible when they discontinue and you can't find them anymore, but I just love this color. Pop in some Nuxe dry oil to the body and move into the fun part of this makeup look. I'm mixing Kryolan Makeup Blend together with the neon orange color from Stargazer and gently applying it to the inner part of the eyes. Stargazer neons are my favorite neons ever. They're very tricky to work with, but when they're mixed with Kryolan Makeup Blend, they actually do adhere to the skin and the color is just insanely gorgeous. And well, this is us done for today. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching and I see you again.